the Australian flag, a familiar sight at sporting events, beaches, and official ceremonies. Yet this seemingly innocuous symbol has become a lightning rod for controversy, igniting passionate debate about national identity, history, and the legacy of colonialism. Should Australia retain its current flag, a design deeply entwined with its British heritage? Or should it embrace a new emblem, one that reflects a modern, multicultural nation seeking to define itself on its own terms? The debate is far from new. It has simmered for decades, occasionally boiling over into the public consciousness. However, recent events, including the passing of Queen Elizabeth II and the ascension of King Charles III, have breathed fresh life into the discussion. These events have prompted Australians to confront their relationship with the monarchy, and by extension the symbols that represent it. The Australian flag, with its prominent Union Jack, serves as a constant reminder of the nation's colonial past. This visual link to the British Empire has become increasingly difficult for some to reconcile with Australia's evolving identity as a diverse and independent nation. The debate over the Australian flag is not merely symbolic. It delves into the very heart of what it means to be Australian in the 21st century. It's a conversation about history, identity, and the future of a nation grappling with its past and striving to forge a new path. Those advocating for a change argue that the current flag is a relic of a bygone era. It harks back to a time when Australia was a British colony, its destiny dictated from afar. They contend that the prominent Union Jack, occupying a quarter of the flag's space, is a stark reminder of this colonial past, a symbol of subjugation rather than independence. Furthermore, critics point out that the flag fails to acknowledge the rich history and culture of Indigenous Australians, who have inhabited the continent for over 65,000 years. The current design, adopted in 1901, predates any meaningful recognition of Indigenous rights or their place in Australian society. The call for a new flag is therefore a call for inclusivity. It is a plea to recognise and celebrate the diverse tapestry of cultures that make up modern Australia. Proponents envision a flag that reflects the nation's journey towards reconciliation with its First Nations people and embraces its multicultural present. The desire for a flag that truly represents the aspirations of modern Australia resonates strongly with many, particularly younger generations who have grown up in a more globally connected and culturally diverse society. They see the current flag as out of step with their values and their vision for the nation's future. On the other side of the debate stand those who believe the current flag should be preserved. Their arguments are rooted in history, tradition, and a sense of national unity. They view the flag as a symbol of the sacrifices made by Australian soldiers who fought and died under its banner in wars spanning the globe. To change the flag, they argue, would be to disrespect the memory of these veterans and diminish the significance of their service. It would be to sever ties with a history that, while flawed, has shaped Australia into the nation it is today. Furthermore, proponents of retaining the current flag emphasize its role as a unifying symbol. It is a common point of reference for all Australians, regardless of their background or political beliefs. It represents a shared history and a collective identity. Changing the flag, they fear, would only serve to divide the nation at a time when unity is more important than ever. They believe that the current flag, with its long and storied history, is a symbol that all Australians can rally around. The debate over the Australian flag is not just an academic exercise. It is a topic that elicits strong opinions from people from all walks of life. Public opinion polls consistently reveal a nation divided on the issue. Recent surveys indicate that a slim majority of Australians still favour retaining the current flag. However, support for change appears to be growing, particularly among younger generations. This generational divide is perhaps the most striking aspect of the debate, highlighting the evolving attitudes towards national identity and the legacy of colonialism. Political affiliations also play a role in shaping opinions on the flag. Those on the left of the political spectrum are generally more supportive of change, while those on the right tend to favour retaining the current flag. This ideological split further underscores the complex and multifaceted nature of the debate. The flag debate is not a simple case of tradition versus progress. It is a nuanced conversation about history, identity, and the values that Australia chooses to represent on the global stage.